Hello guys, welcome to new video. So in this video, we are covering some important topics of association mismatch. So first of all, I'll share my screen for the better explanation. So in this video, we are covering these topics: many-to-many relationship, many-to-one unidirectional, one-to-many bidirectional, one-to-many unidirectional, one-to-one bidirectional, and one-to-one unidirectional. So these all projects I discuss with you in this video. So this video is very helpful for you. So watch this video till the end. So in this video, I create some notes, and after that I made this video for the better explanation. So guys, first of all, we read the short notes for the like remembering how many tables are created in one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one. These are so confusing topic. I also face the issue for remembering. So that's why I create the notes. And after that, I made this video. So first of all, we are talk about the one-to-one unidirectional. So in these two tables are created. One table contains the foreign key of the other table. So one-to-one unidirectional, only two tables. How tables are created, those things we are seeing in the video. Like I made the structure also, like how the tables are created. Those things also we are discuss in a practical way. So first of all, I did the summary of this video. So after that, you can see here, the second is one-to-one bidirectional. So in this, we can fetch the data from the both sides. So there are two tables is created, but in this case, both tables is contain the foreign key of each other. So the table wise, this is wrong relationship because one foreign key in one table is enough to traverse in both tables. For avoiding this, we use mapped by. After this, only one only one table contains the foreign key. Like in this scenario, two tables is created and the foreign key is present in the both tables. Okay, so we can use map by, and after that only one table contain the foreign key. So after that, the third one is one-to-many unidirectional. So one-to-many unidirectional means in these three tables is created by default. The reason of three table is one is linking table is created. Like the meaning of this, guys, listen, read this. One-to-many, like we can say that a department and to many. So in one department, there are many employees can have. Okay. So assume like how we can store like a department, HR department is present. So if in the HR department, there are 10 employees are working. So how we can store in one line, one-to-many, meaning of this one department to many employees. So how we can store? So that's why we are creating a third table for the linking this. Okay. So for briefly, we are seeing later. So after that, the third table for the linking and the third table is created by default. The reason third table is for the linking of remaining two tables. So this is not old. So now, okay. So after that, many to one. Like for this example, many to one means many employees can have in one department. This is the best example of this. So two tables are created by default at the side of @many to one annotation of entity in the database. One foreign key is created for the reference of the other table. In this, we can establish the relation by using the two tables. Why we can establish in many to one and why we cannot establish in one to many? The reason is simple. Like in one-to-many example, a department is one side and the many for the employees. So how we can store 10 employees in one line of the row of the department? So that's why we are creating the third table. And in many to one, in many side means in the employee side, many employee can have the one department. So in many side, like there are 10 employees in the list, 10 rows are in the list, like in the database. Sorry, list. I am saying list again. So 10 employees can have one foreign key, like department one, department one, department one. So they can store the value in like in the form of foreign key. So that's why there are two tables created in many to one unidirectional. So This is one-to-many bidirectional. So guys, this is the combination of the both things, one-to-many and many-to-one. So three tables are created by default because this is the combination of one-to-many unidirectional, this one, and the many-to-one unidirectional, this table. Okay. In order to tell the ORM software explicitly like कोई नीड नहीं है तीन टेबल्स क्रिएट करने की, दो से भी काम हो सकता है. So that's why like one-to-many unidirectional and many-to-one unidirectional. In the order to tell the ORM software while navigating from the department to employee, don't use the third linking table relationship is already maintained inside the employee table because the employee contain the foreign key, okay, of the department table. So we can traverse na from foreign key, like we can traverse on the both side. Okay, so that's why there are no need to create the three tables. For the avoiding the creation of the three tables, we are creating only two tables with the help of mapped by keyword. Okay, so we use the map by keyword, and by using this, only two tables is created, and one table is the simple table, and the second table is contain the reference of the other one. So understand till now? So the last one is this is easy, many to many bidirectional, by default bidirectional. So in this four tables are created. Two is the simple entity, and the next two tables they are created like they are the same copycat. Okay, like the columns are different. In first table, the column like the first column at the second place and the second column at the first place. So for the avoiding this, we can only create the three tables, and the third linking table can contain the relation of the both tables. So four tables are created by default. In this, two tables are same, only columns position is different. You can tell Hibernate explicitly that our entity class relation is already maintained in one table. There is no need to create a duplicate table for the linking. So in the order to generate only one linking table, then we need to use same map by. So one thing is common, guys. When we subtract one table, like there are extra table is created, then we mapped something. So when we use the mapped by, at that time, one table is like extra table is removed, and the we tell the explicitly to our ORM. So just a second, guys. So after that, we are explore these things. So these notes are in the description. You can check. So now we are start with the first example. So this is simple pom.xml. I tell you in the last videos briefly about this persistent.xml. You can check the last videos also. And after that, this is our emutils.java that we are used in our every example. So it return the connection of the entity manager. And you can see here returning the entity manager and create entity manager. Create entity manager. Okay. So first example is one-to-one unidirectional. In this example, I declare the @1-to-many on the department side. When we use the @1-to-many annotation, then three tables are created. The third table contains the relation between the two tables. Now I briefly explain to you. So there are two entities here. First one is the department. Okay, start from here. The department, and in the department we have some fields here. First one is department ID. The second one is the department name. Third one is the department city. And after that, this is the relation one-to-many unidirectional. So means what is the meaning of this? One-to-many means one department, in one department can have many employees. Okay. So that's why this department contain the list of employees class. Okay. So this is employee class, employee class entity, and in the employee, some like I declare the employee ID, employee name, and employee salary. There are no any annotation here. So this is only reference in the department.java and one-to-many relation. This is unidirectional. We can traverse department to employee. If we have the knowledge of the department, like there are HR department, sales department is present, we can traverse, we can fetch the list of the all employees from the department, because the department contains the list of the employees, and one department can have, so like in one department can have many employees. Okay, so guys, in this what happened, like department contains list of employees now, so that's why here what I am doing here. So first of all, I creating a department, set the department name HR, set the city Jaipur, and the I am creating an employee here, employee EMP1, and I am setting the name of the employee by the setter methods, because I am not creating any constructor here, because if we are not creating any constructor at that time, zero parameterized constructor is available in our classes. So that's why we can use the setter method at that time. So employee is created and I am setting the value Hoshiyar, then salary, then I am creating a second employee, set name Manish, salary 8,000. After that, what I am doing here, I am fetching the list of the employees that contains in the department entity. So here you can see in the department, we have the list of employees EMP list, and I declare this with the new array list. So first of all, this is null. Like we cannot say that like null means it contains the zero employee at the first time. So we can append in this. Sorry. So guys, here you can see this. Where, so department dot get employee list. This method returns the empty array list, and we can add with the help of dot add. I am adding employee one, and after that, when I am again called dpt dot get employee list, at that time it contains the employee one, because we are inserted one employee in this list. Then I am again inserting one employee in this, so there are two employees inserted. After that, I am writing em dot get transaction began, then commit, then I persist the department. When I persist the department, then all employee that related to the department is also persisted. So you can see here, I am writing here cascade type all. So when I persist one thing, that the child is also persisted. So after that, like you can see here, how the tables are look like in this. So first one is where I am. Just a second, guys. One to many unidirectional. So at first time, there are these tables are created. First one is the department. The second is employee. Third one is the department and employee. I am not counting this table hyphenate sequence. You know very well, this table is for the, like this contains the reference of the keys that are auto-generated that I mentioned here. You can see here the generated value strategy, generation type auto ID, because I am not setting the value of the ID in employee and the department. So that's why this is auto incremented, and these are in this table hibernate sequence. So department is look like department ID 1, city Jaipur, department name HR, and the second one is employee table. There are two employees, Hoshiyar and Manish. And after that, the department employee table, department 1 has employee ID 2, department 1 has employee ID 3. That's why I am telling you, like in one-to-many relation, one department can have many employees. You can see here, one department can have many employees, like employee number 2, employee number 3. Like if the one department has 100 employees, at that time, how we can arrange these employee numbers in one row? We cannot arrange. You can remembering in this way. So that's why this third table is created, and this table is linking our both tables, department and employee. And this table is take the reference of our department with our employee IDs, like how many employees are present in this department. So in this way, we can store the like multiple employees in one department. Like one department has two employee, second means ID 2 employee, and the same the one department has the ID number 3 employee has. Okay, so we cannot store in the one line. So that's why the third linking table is created. So in the one-to-many, remember this thing. In one-to-many unidirectional, there are three tables is created. One for the one entity, another for the second entity, and the third one for the linking the data of the department to the employee. So now I believe that you are remembering this thing. So now we are doing the practical of this thing. One-to-many unidirectional. So this one is example. So guys, in this is employee DAO, and this is EM utils. This is our model class. This is department. This is employee. So you can see here in the department, we have list of the employees at the rate one-to-many, and in this cascade type all, and it contains the list of employee, and list of employee as like in this array list. Okay, empty array list, and we are adding the data in employee department down. Okay, and in employee there are nothing, simple entity class this is. Okay, so now I am running this for the better explanation. So first of all, I drop the data, drop database association DB, create database, use database. So I run this program. So this is Hibernate logs. After that, successfully added. So you can see here, department table, employee table, and this is Hibernate sequence for the containing the list of the containing the numbers that are auto generated, and select star from employee EMPLOYEE to employees. After that, select star from the department. There are one department, and select star from the department underscore employee. So this table is created in this way because one department can have many employees. So the sequence is department then underscore employee. In the department table, there are multiple employees, and this department table, like department 1 contain the second employee, and department 1 contain the third employee. This is for the linking. So in the क्या सीखा हमने, one to many unidirectional में 3 tables create. Okay, 2 for the simple entities and third one for the linking. क्योंकि डिपार्टमेंट में हम नहीं स्टोर कर सकते ये अलग अलग वैल्यूज, अगर 100 एम्प्लॉइज है तो कैसे स्टोर करेंगे, तो उसके लिए एक रेफरेंस की टेबल बनानी ही पड़ेगी. सो दैट्स ऑल दी summarization of the one to many unidirectional. Hope you are understand how it is working. So again, I am dropping this database, drop database. So we are again doing another example. So I close this, close this, close, close, and close. So after that, second one, this is done. The next one is the many to one. Guys, in this, assume many to one. What is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is you can assume that many employee can have one department. So if we are 10 people like Hoshiyar, Manish, and XYZ, there are 10 people. That 10 people can have only one department now. So that's why we can simply store the values of the each employee in their single row. Like Hoshiyar, in the Hoshiyar ID, then his name, his salary. After that, one column for the storing the value of the department, like Hoshiyar belong to which department. So we can store in the single lines. There are no need to create the separate linking table in the many to one, because many to one means many employees can have one department. So in this, remember one thing, only 2 tables is created. I am avoiding the Hibernate sequence. This is understood by default, understood. This is the table is created because we are writing here auto-generated ID. That's why. So I am talking about only the main tables that are created in this example. So in this example, I declared at the rate many to one on the employee side because many employee can have one department. When we use the at the rate many to one annotation, Then two tables are created. The employee table contains the foreign key of the department table. So because the different employee can have store the single values. But in the department case, department no cannot store the value of the 100 employees in the single row. That's why the third table is created. And in many-to-one unidirectional, many employee can have one department, and many employee can store the one single values because they have only one department. Because one employee cannot work in the more than one department. This is the different example. So in this is our department. This is auto generated. After that, these are the getter setter methods. So department table में कुछ नहीं करेंगे, auto generated है ये, entity create कर देंगे at the entity. After that, in the employee table, we are declare simple variable of the department because we are not creating here list because one employee can have single department na. One employee cannot have the multiple departments. Like if one employee can have multiple departments, this is a hypothetical situation. So that's why we are declare here employee. In the employee, we are declare @ManyToOne means many employee can have one department. You can remember like this. So मैं तो ऐसे ही याद रख रहा हूँ. आप अगर कुछ अलग वे हो तो मेरे को कमेंट में बता सकते हो. मीन्स कुछ गलती भी हो जाती है तो मेरे को सजेस्ट कर सकते हो, कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है. So in this we are right here cascade type dot all and the private department DPT. We are declaring here a variable. Now in the like EMP DPT DAO में क्या करेंगे? Simple we are creating entity manager. Department create कर लिया. Simple we are creating a department here. We are set the name of the department HR. Department city is Jaipur, and we are creating two employees. One employee EMP1 is equal to new employee dot set name Hoshiyar, set salary 5,000, and set department is this department that we are created. I am setting the department because the employee class contain the DPT. Where is it? This is the department. Where is employee class? This one. So it contains the DPT. So guys, in this video, I clear the confusion between the tables, like how many tables are created and how we can decrease the table. Like if 4 tables are created, how we can create the 3 tables, how we can use the map by those things are I am clearing this video. And the fetching details and those things are the so easy process. Like we can use the persist method for the storing the data, find method for the fetching the data, and we can use the merge if we want to merge. And those things I cover in the next video, and in last videos I also cover these things. So in this video is special for the avoiding the confusion between the one-to-many, many-to-one, and these bi-directional, unidirectional, those things. That's all. So in this, 2 employees are created. After that, em.get transaction began, em.get transaction close means commit. Then I am persisting both employees because in the employee we have department variable. So that's why I am persisting this. And after that, south successfully added. Note, use this thing where you declare @ManyToOne. Understood है? जहाँ पे many-to-one होगा वही होगा. Here is separate. Many-to-one means many employees can have one department. I mean to say that. Here a separate table will be not created. Instead, inside a child table, one foreign key column will be created, which will refer the department table primary key. Here, employee table is the owner of the relationship. Like employee are like in the employee have the details of the department. So that's why we can say that this is the important line. Employee table is the owner of the relationship. By default, name of the foreign key will be DPT underscore ID. We can change this. How we can change? Where we declare @ManyToOne cascade type all these things, like you can see here. Here we add one line more, and the line, what is the line? Line is @join column. We specify the join column name. The name is TID. When we use this, at that time, the foreign key column is created with the DID, department ID. And how the data is look like? First of all, department, and employee, two tables are created because employee can store the value of department in their rows, single rows. And this is the select star from department and select star from employee. And you can see here, employee Hushar is also storing the value of his department. Manish is also storing the value of his department. So in the many-to-one, only two tables is created, and in the ownership table, table, the foreign key is created of the department table. We can say that. Here DID, due to use of @join column, we are declare many-to-one. The DID is created because we are using this thing. Okay, so now we are doing this example. So many-to-one unidirectional example. Many-to-one unidirectional. So I open many-to-one unidirectional. So this is our example. Source form.dow. There are in the model, in employee, and this is our EM utils. So this is our employee class, and employee entity class ID is auto generated, name, salary, and this is our department ID. After that, here you can see, where is it? It contains the, wait guys, it contains the department, and I am declaring here many-to-one cascade type all, and there are three variables like employee ID, name, salary, and employee contains the department type data type. Okay, because employee can have one department now, so many employee can have one department, so this same department can have to the many employees. So that's why we are using here a notation @many-to-one. You can remove this also. When you remove this, then the DID name is not created. So DID is I show to in the example, and now we are removing this. And after that, you see like the different column is created. And in the department, there are simple DID, department name and city, and employee DPT DAO. First of all, we are creating the department, then department.set name HR, department.set city Jaipur, and we are creating an employee here. Then after the setting the value name, salary, then in the employee, we have set department because we have department variable in the employee. So we are the setting the value of department. After that, the another employee, same thing. We are set the name, salary, and the set the department value. And in the transaction area, we are simply persist the employee one and employee two because these two employee has contains the value of department. So they are simply persist after that successfully added. Now we are running this program. So first of all, drop database, then create database, use database, and now we run this program. So see the ID in the column with the link. So successfully added. Now we are checking the tables. So there are two tables is created. Now employee can store the value of this department separately. So select star from the department, select star from the employee. So you can see here, department is not contain any reference of the employee. If we have department, then we cannot like go to this side. So in this employee, you can see here, employee ID, name and salary. By the use of employee, we can traverse in the department side because now you can see here DPT DID, this is created. Okay, so this is our department variable name and DID is this DID. So we can change this name by the avoiding this name @join column and the name is DID. Now when we use this at that time, this column is created with the DID. So that I show to you in this one DID. Okay, so by the use of this, we can say that in this example, many-to-one unidirectional, many employee can have one department, and in many-to-one, only two tables is created, and the one table in which we are annotate like @ManyToOne. In this database, a foreign key is created that contains the reference of the another entity. So understand, in the one-to-many unidirectional, 3 tables are created, many-to-one, 2 tables are. So I think this is now clear to you, like how is it working and what is happening in the backside. So this is done. After that, we are at the example of one-to-many bidirectional. So guys, this is the combination of the last two things. So how we can say that this is the combination of the last two things? Because in this, we are declaring in one side one-to-many and other side many-to-one. So what will be in the database when we use the both things? So in this scenario, 3 tables are created. One is the simple table, second is the other entity table, and this entity also contains the foreign key of the other table, and the third table is created that are reference of the 2 tables. So there are 3 tables is created in the one-to-many because this is the combination of the upper 2 tables, upper 2 approaches. This is a combination of the both upper approaches, one-to-many unidirectional and many-to-one unidirectional. So I declare the @many-to-one on employee side and @one-to-many on the department side. This thing is clearly like ये तो क्लियर हो गई होगी अच्छे से, क्योंकि मैनी टू वन क्यों कर रहे हैं एम्प्लॉय साइड, क्योंकि मैनी एम्प्लॉय कैन हैव वन डिपार्टमेंट, एंड वन टू मैनी क्यों कर रहे हैं डिपार्टमेंट साइड, बिकॉज द वन डिपार्टमेंट कैन हैव मैनी एम्प्लॉयज. एंड वन थिंग मोर, in many to one we are simply declare the department variable, and in one to many side we are take the list of the employees. Okay, because one department can have many employees. So because many employees can have one department and one department can have many employees. So here we need to combine the both approach. Inside department class, we need to take the list of employee variable, and inside the employee class, we need to take the department class simple variable. Here we can apply cascading in both sides. While persisting the object, we need to associate both objects with each other. Otherwise, we will not get the desired result. Relationship may not be established. Like in one table, you can face the issue of the null values. So this can be happen. So in the department table, guys, in the department table, what we are declare here, one to many, because the one department can have to many employees. And in this, we are taking the employee list. Because one to many, एक में ज़्यादा store करने हैं ना, one to many. One department can have many employees. And in other side, we are writing @many-to-one because the many employee can have one employee. So cascade type we are declare here. So what is the benefit of the declaring the cascade side in the both sides? Because in this scenario, when we use the persist in anything, like when we persist the department or the employee, at that time there are no need to persist the second. Okay, we only persist one thing, and the other one is that are associated with it is only like by default persisting due to the cascade type total. So here also I am join column with the did. I explicitly declare like the name of the column that are contain the foreign key, that the name is did, department id name that contain the foreign key table. So in this, what is happen? First of all, we see here. So this is the DB utils. First of all, we are creating a department. Then we are creating 2 employees. We are creating with the 0 parameterized construct because we want to set the value here. So department.set name HR, department.set city Jaipur, and department.get employee list. So we are getting the employee list by dpt.get employee list. It return the empty employee list, and we are adding the employee 1, this empty employee. After that, here I am calling again department.get empty list and again employee 2. At that time, it contains the 1 employee. So both are storing in the department. After that, I am filling the value of the employee.set name and set salary and set department. In this, I am storing the department dpt, this one, and the one more employee here, I am setting the same department to this employee also. And here these are not in the transaction area, so I am setting the value till now. Okay, after that in the transaction area I am persisting the department, because department have the knowledge of the employees, both employees. So in this area our department is persisted, and we using the cascade, so our employees is also persist in database. So how the database look like? After that there are three tables are created. I am not counting this hibernate sequence. So this is only contains the sequence of the 1, 2, 3, these numbers. Okay. So three tables are created: department, employee. These are the simple entity, and the in this employee contains one foreign key, because we are combining the both approaches. You remember this? After that, this is for the linking the both entity. So you can see here, department has no any knowledge of the employee, because department use this table for the knowledge of the employees, like in one department how many employees, because if the 10 employee then we cannot store in the one line, so that's why the separate linking table is created. Like अब तक तो आपको याद ही हो गई होगी, मैंने इतनी बार ये बता दिया है. So after that this is created by the many to one, because this is the combination of both things now, so it contains the also the reference of this. So guys, this is not good thing in the database type. Like creating the we are taking the reference also, and also we are creating the separate table also. So here only third table will be created by using the department entity. We'll get the details of the employee entity, like these are the employees are in this department. One foreign key column will be generated inside the employee table. By using this employee entity, we can get the details of the department. You can see here, we have the foreign key generated for the department table. In order to tell the ORM software while navigating from the department to employee, don't use the third linking table, because relationship is already maintained in this, because our employee table is created with the foreign key. Okay. So there are no need to create the extra table. This is not in the type of good in the type of the database. So we can tell explicitly by the use of the map by at the, like where we declare map by, we are declare map by where our department, where we declare the one to many, because one to many, one department can have many employees, and we are mapped our employee list. We are mapped our employees mapped by DPT. Why I am writing here DPT? Because in the employee side, this is our department entity now. So in the employee side, so I open this example for the better explanation. The name of this is one to many bidirectional. One to many bidirectional. So I close. One to many. Where is one to many bidirectional? One to many bidirectional. This is source. This is DAO. This is employee DAO. This is department. This is our employee. Okay. So in this, you can see here, in the employee, we are declared here many to one cascade type all. After that, joining table, join column name, DID. This is created foreign key. And in the many to one, we are declared mapped by. So you can see here, guys, where I am writing here. I am not writing, I think here. Department, one to many cascade type. Here is it. So at the rate one to many cascade type all. This is I am writing in the both side, and in the mapped by I am writing here department, because I mapped the employee list here. Okay, so you can see here in the employee we have department variable with the DPT name. Okay, so in one to many we use this name. In the department side we use this name, because there are no need to create the separate linking table. We already has mapped our relation in the employee list, because employee list contain the foreign key of the department table. So mapped by department. So you can see here again department DPT, and we are mapping our department by this DPT. Okay. So after that, there are only two tables is created, not three tables is created, because we are tell the ORM explicitly, like there are no need to create. So first of all, we drop our database, create database, use database. Now run our program. What happened? Successfully done. So now I open show tables. Only two tables is created. One is the employee and the second is the department. There are no linking table is created because we tell our ORM explicitly, like in the employee table, we already maintain the relationship with the department table. So there are no need to create this third table that contains the reference of the both tables. So then guys, in the third example, we learn like in one-to-many bidirectional. This is same. One-to-many bidirectional and many-to-one bidirectional. These both things are same. Don't confuse between both things. One-to-many bidirectional and many-to-one bidirectional. Because we can traverse each, like from this entity to other entity and that entity to, like we can traverse, like student से employee से department में जा सकते हैं, department से employee में आ सकते हैं. Okay, and in this by default three tables are created. One for the department, second for the employee, third for the taking the reference of the department, like in the department how many employees are working. For you know very well, this is the combination of the both approaches of the upper approaches. So in the second approach, many to one, our employee has already take the reference of the department table, so there are no need to create the linking table. So we tell the explicitly our ORM like create only two tables and our relationship is maintained in the employee table. Okay, guys. So that's the reason we tell our ORM like only create the two tables. So this is also done. Now we are go to the fourth example. So after that, you can see here we are using here mapped by TPT. So ये notes आपको मिल जाएंगे description में. आप go through करोगे एक बार तो काफी clear होगा आपको, एक बार पढ़ लेना आपको वीडियो के बाद. So there are two tables is created and the second table is take the reference of the two things. After that, many to many by default by direction. So in this guys, in this the both entity has some list values, like I am taking the example in this student and courses, like one student can enroll in multiple courses and the multiple course has like different student, like in the Java there are 10 students. Okay, like 10 students and that 10 student can have more than one subject, like they are learning Java, they can also learn C++, Python, these things. So many to many relationship, it is the combination of the one to many association from the parent and one to many association from the child. So in this, we are declaring both side list. This is the main thing in many to many, and there are four tables is created. This is the main thing. Like in this many to many, I declare here where is many to many, four tables is created, and I tell you like one table, two tables is duplicated tables. We can tell explicitly to the ORM avoid the creation of the four tables, only create the three tables, because we can take the reference of the single table also, single linking table. So where is the example where many to many. So at the table level, to establish a many to many relationship, we need to take a third linking table, because one student can have many courses and one course can have many students. Here we need to apply at the rate many to many notation on the course entity and on the student entity also. So we need to take the list of student variable, and inside student entity, we also apply at the rate many to many, and we need to take the list of course variable on the student. In case the many to many relationship, we need to take both side collection properties, because one course can have many students and one student can have many courses. So list is needed in the both side. This is the necessary condition. So that's why I'm writing here. We are taking both side collection properties, like we can take list, we can take set. So meaning of the collection is this. And we need to apply the at the end many to many notation on the top of the both side variable. If we are using the sets for the collection, then equals and hash code methods you can override. Okay. So top what I'm we need to take both side collection properties and we need to apply at the end many to many notation on the top of the both side variables. Here we can apply cascading on both sides. While persisting the object, we need to associate both objects with each other. Otherwise, we will not get the desired result. Relation may not be established at that time if we are not like persisting in the good way. So, but the main thing in this is we got the 4 tables that are not needed because we need only 3 tables to get the desirable results. The 4 tables is unnecessary created. The 4 table is duplicated, we can say that. So how we can remove the 4 table, we see this at the end of this example. So मैं ये वीडियो गाइस कंटिन्यू बना रहा हूँ, मैं बीच में कोई कट नहीं करता, ट्रिम नहीं करता, कहीं से कुछ गलती भी होती है कहीं से, मतलब थोड़ा स्लो भी हो जाता हूँ, तो उसको आप अवॉइड कर सकते हो, स्किप कर सकते हो, बिकॉज जब इतनी लंबी वीडियो बनती है और उसके बीच में कुछ कट्स लगाने पड़ते हैं तो वो भी काफी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग हो जाता है, तो फिर मैं अपलोड करने के लिए सोचता हूँ जैसी बनती है. सो हेयर one student entity. In student entity, we have one roll number that is auto-generated, one student name, and student can have list of courses. And I am declaring here empty. So I am writing here fetch type eager. By default, in the ORM means hibernate. In the hibernate, the by default is lazy loading. Okay, lazy loading. What is the meaning of lazy loading? Like, assume if we are fetching the data of student, then first time the roll number and name is come in front of us. If we need the explicitly this list of the courses, at that time again our ORM give us this data. So if our entity class contains this type of list like 1,000 list, so there are unnecessary loading of these extra memories. So by default is lazy loading. So we can write here in the this annotation fetch is equal to fetch type eager, like we are fetching the data of student, at that time all the courses data is also coming in our result. So this is the meaning of this. So here is roll number, name, and the list of courses, and I am writing here many to many notation. Okay, and simple getter setter methods and the override of the two string. After that, one course class is here, and after that in course class generator type, course ID, course name, and many to many cascade type all, because we are persisting. If we are persisting the course, at that time all the student is also persisted that are belong to that course. And fetch type eager in also I am writing here, and this is also contain the list of student because one course can have many student. Okay, and I am simply write here array list. Here also I am writing here at the rate many to many relation. So because this is bi-directional, we can get the data from the course and also we can fetch the data from the student side. So after that, this is student course Java. In this, first of all, we are establishing the connection. Then we are creating two zero parameterized student because we are filling the value after some time. After that, courses C1, C2, and there are two students, S1 dot set name, S2 dot set name. First of all, we are set the value of both student. After that, we are setting the value of course, like C1 dot set course name is Java, C2 dot set course name is C++. So सभी को नेम मिल गया अभी तक. Okay, students and courses को. After that, here course got the student details. You can see here. C1 is our first course. C1 dot get student list because course contains the student list now. So I briefly explain in the example that I do in the list. Yes. So C1 dot get student list, all empty student list is coming and we are adding student one. And after that means course 1, in the course 1 only S1 student is enrolled, this one. Okay. After that, we are in the course 2 get student list, and I am adding the student 1, this student in course 2 also. C2 dot get list, and I am adding the student, and C2 dot get list S2, I am storing this second student in this C++ course. So I am persisting the value, means I am adding the value, setting the value here in the list. After that, here the student got the course detail. Like S1, this student get course list. S1 enroll in the two courses, C1 and C2. Like you can see here in the C1, we are also storing the S1, and in C2, we are also storing the S1. In the course side, course has also knowledge na in this course how many students is enrolled, and in the student side, student has also knowledge about the how many courses he is enrolled. So that's why we are persisting in the both sides. This is the necessary steps. You can go through it. And I am adding the value of course 1, course 2, and in the student 2, I am adding only one course C2. After that, we can persist one thing. If we are storing C1, C2, there are no need to storing persisting the S1, S2. If we are avoiding the C1, C2, you can also write here S1 and S2. After that, commit, then successfully done. So the desirable result is in many-to-many, four tables are created. First one is the course. Second one is the student. These are the simple entity classes. They have no any knowledge to each other. Simple classes is created. And this course student and the student course, these are the duplicate tables. So how it is look like? So you can see here, this is our course table. Select star from course. There are course ID and course name, two courses. This is our student list. There are two students. And in course student and student course, guys, you can see here, course ID 133 224, 224 113. So the both are created because we are creating the many-to-many relation, and in both side we are taking the list. And in the department example, I told you like department can have many employees. So in the single row, department cannot store the value of the 10 employees. So for that, it take the third linking table. So that's why the same thing. If one course has many students, so course how a single course can store the value of 10 students in this single line? It cannot store. So that's why it create a separate tables. Like in one Java, there are the student number 2, and in the course ID 3 C++, there are two students 2 and 4. Okay. And in this student course, the same thing. In the student table, we have course list. One student in a single line, in a single row, cannot store the multiple course IDs. Okay. Because it varies from the student to student. Like one student can have enroll in the two courses, and one student enroll in the 10 courses. So how columns are made in single row? So that's why two separate linking table is created, and this is the same tables is created. So we can avoid this. We can tell to the ORM like these are the duplicate tables, or how we can tell. So first of all, we read this. And the third and fourth table will be created for the linking the both entity, but they both are the same. So we do some changes in our code for the avoiding the correction of the extra table. You can tell Hibernate explicitly that our entity class relation is already maintained in the one linking table. There are no need to create the duplicate table for the linking. In order to generate only one linking table, we are using same map by. So one thing is remember, like map by using the bidirectional. When we are go through the one entity to the second one and second to the first one. So at that time, we use the map by avoiding the creation of the extra tables. So property in the any side. So here course object doing the mapping, not the student object. So that's the reason only one linking table will be created by the name. So this is I explained to you. So I open this STS and many-to-many. Source, form.dow, student.dow, model, course, student. So in the student, we have list of the courses, and in the courses, we have list of the student, and in the this thing student course DAO, First of all, we are getting two students, and after that name, set the course name. After that, persisting this thing that I explained to you. After that, we are running this for, first of all, we drop our database. Drop, create, use. So now I run my program. So in this, you can see here. Successfully done. So now I open this thing, show tables. So there are three tables is created. Select star from. Why three created? Because I use these lines in our code so that I explain to you. Wait, guys. Select course, select star from, student, and select star from. The name is course student. COURS, course student. So there are only one linking table. No, the other table like student underscore course is created. Why it is not created? Because in this, you can see here. Where is it? In the student class, we are explicitly tell our ORM like we are mapped our course list. What is the name of our student list here? The name is student list here, student list, and here we are mapping like many to many cascade type poll, face type eager, and mapped by student list. Because in the course list, we are mapping with our student list. So why I am writing a student list name? Because in the I am mapped with the course list now. So in the course side, you can see here our variable name is student list. You can do this thing in any side. This is not compulsory. Like in the course side, I am doing this, or in the student side, you are doing this. So this is according to the question that are asked by the instructor and the exams in, like, you are according, manage your code according to this. So in this, we have the list of student name is student list in the courses, and we are mapping to our course like course list and the mapped by student list. So we are mapping the course list now. So that's why the name is created here, course underscore student. So we are telling the explicitly to our ORM, there are no need to create the separate table. If we are not writing this mapped by student list, then one more table is created, and the name of table is student underscore course, and this thing is here and this thing is coming at here. That's it. So in many to many, remember one thing, four tables are created. Both entity classes have no any knowledge to each other. For the knowledge to each other, traverse to each other, two linking tables is created, and both are the duplicate tables. So we tell the ORM explicitly, like there are no need to create the extra tables, like duplicate tables is created. So we can say that we can use mapped by, and the mapped by via student list, because the student list in the course entity, and in course entity, the student list name is student, and we mapped with the course list here. So that's the reason only three tables is created. And in this, I am again in the drop the database, again create database, use database. So I remove this, remove this, remove this. So many to one, many to many is also clear. After that, the next example is, so here, after the using this, only three tables is created. After using this, we get the this type of result. So guys, notes में मैंने अच्छे से explain किया एक एक चीज, बहुत मेहनत से notes बने हैं 2 दिन से, 2 दिन लग गए बनाने में, तो आप इनको पढ़ सकते हो. So the fifth one is one-to-one unidirectional. So ये काफी easy है. So at the table level, we can maintain one-to-one relation by taking foreign key. Spelling is wrong. सही स्पेलिंग क्या है कमेंट बॉक्स में कमेंट कर देना. FOREIGN ऐसा कुछ होता है शायद. So सही कर लूंगा इसको बाद में. So at the table level, we can maintain one-to-one relation by taking foreign key as unique. Assume one user has only one passport and one passport belong to only one user. This can be best example of the one-to-one, because In this, what we can think, like in each entity, we are not taking any list. We are taking the one simple, and we are using foreign key that are unique. Like a user can have only one pass, like कोई पासपोर्ट का कोई भी नंबर होगा वो एक यूनिक यूजर के लिए ही होगा, है ना? एक यूजर के दो पासपोर्ट भी नहीं हो सकते. सो दैट इज द example. So in this example, we are create two entity in which one class contains the other class data type. See the example. So this is our user. ID is auto-generated, name, Aadhaar, and this is private passport. It contains the passport. And I am writing here one-to-one and fetch type eager and cascade type all. So it contains the passport because one user can have only one passport. And in the passport side, you can see here, there are only simple entity class, passport ID and passport number, nothing else. So one-to-one, this is simple example of the one-to-one and the best example of the one-to-one. In this, only one user can have one passport and one passport assigned to the one user. So for the in the user side, this is unidirectional. So in the one side, we are writing this. After that, we are see the bidirectional also. So in this example, this is getter setter methods. And in this entity manager, we are creating a passport. Passport dot set passport number. I am setting the value of passport. Then I am creating a user. User dot set Aadhaar number. User dot set name. After that, in the user, we have one passport variable. Na? So we are setting the passport in user, and I am persisting the user. After that, successfully done. And in this, we are getting only two tables. One is passport and the second one is the users. So in one-to-one, this thing is remembering like in the one-to-one, when unidirectional situation, when we go to the user to passport, because user contain the passport variable, now only two tables is created. And passport has no any knowledge of the user because this passport is assigned to the which user. So because in the passport class, we have no any data type of the user class. So only passport ID and passport number is here. And in user, we have passport variable. Hai na? So that's why ID, Aadhaar, name, and it contains the foreign key of this passport. Okay. So that's why two tables is created and we can relate with this foreign key to the both tables. Note, here the user table will be created with the foreign key of the passport table. By using this user entity will get the details of the passport entity. So जल्दी से इसको कर लेते हैं, बहुत आसान है, 5 मिनट. So one-to-one unidirectional. So this is passport, this is user, and this is our doubt class. So passport में कोई भी knowledge नहीं है user की, passport ID है, passport number है, and this is auto generated. And user, in the user, we have knowledge of the passport, so we have take the value of passport, and we annotate the one-to-one fetch type eager cascade type. So when we persist the user, then passport is also persisted. First of all, creating the passport, set the passport value, user values, after that persisting and successfully added. So I run this. So use square, then run this thing. So successfully added. Show tables. There are two tables is created. Select star from the user. Select star from the passport. Passport has no any knowledge because in the passport entity we have no any reference of the user, and the in the user we have reference of the passport. So the this foreign key is combined with this. So one-to-one काफी जल्दी आपको याद रह जाएगा, मेरे को पक्का बिलीव है. और after that drop, create, use. So last one is one-to-one bidirectional. So I remove this thing. So आ जाते हैं notes पे. So one-to-one bidirectional. At the table level, we can maintain one-to-one relation by taking foreign key as unique. Assume one user can only one passport and one passport belong to only one user. So in this example, we create two entity classes in which one class contains the other class data type. See the example. In the user, we have knowledge of the passport. This is the same thing that I discussed in the last example. And in the bidirectional, in our passport, we have the knowledge of the user. This is the main thing. In this, we have in the passport, we have passport ID, passport number, and in this, we have one user also. And in this, we are also right here one-to-one cascade type all, fetch type eager. So कोई भी persist कर दो, आपका दोनों हो जाएगा. So it contains the user variable and it contains, इसमें क्या होगा बताओ, अभी तक यहाँ पर वीडियो में हो तो बताओ कमेंट करके क्या होगा, कैसी टेबल्स क्रिएट होगी. So user passport dot java, first of all passport is, then user is created, then passport dot set passport number and passport dot set user, because passport contain user now, so we are set the value of user here, and user dot set Aadhaar, we are setting the Aadhaar number of user, user dot set name, and user dot set password, and user dot set passport, we are passing the passport here. Okay, so we are associate the both things to each other. So this is necessary. If you are not doing this, then the desirable result is not like according to you, like some null values also persist. So this is the necessary condition for the avoiding the null value. So transaction area, we are persisting the user. Also, you can persist the passport also. There are no any specific reason to the persisting the user, because the both side we are using the cascade. And after that, we have the two tables is created, and the both tables is take the reference of the other table, because this passport table is take the reference of this user ID, and this user is take the reference of the passport ID of this, because both tables contain the foreign key of the each other. So this is also not a good way, because here the user table will created with the foreign key of the passport table. By the using this table, by using this user entity, we get the details of the passport entity. And the passport table will be created with the foreign key of the user table. By using this passport entity, we get the details of the user entity. Because इससे वहां जा सकते हैं, वहां से यहाँ आ सकते हैं. बट एंटिटी की फॉर्म में देखे तो ये बेटर है, बट ये रियल टाइम में सही नहीं है, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट फॉलो द रूल्स. लाइक वी कैन avoid the creation of the foreign key, like take the reference in the both tables. So if one table take the reference, then also we can traverse to each other. So we tell the explicitly to our ORM that not create the foreign key in the both tables. We use the mapped by. Why mapped by? Because this is bidirectional. So here, but in this case, both tables are contain the foreign key of the each other. So the table wise, this is wrong relationship, because one foreign key in one table is enough to traverse in the both tables. For this, we can use the map by. So first of all, इसको explore कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा run करके तो better रहेगा. One-to-one bidirectional form.dow user passport. So वैसे तो two tables create हुई थी, and both tables contain the like contains the reference of the each other. So now we are running this. So we drop or not? We are dropped already, and we are running this. So now in this, only one table contains the reference of the other table. What is the reason? I explained to you. So in this, select star from user. User has reference of the passport, and passport has no any reference to user. So in this way, we can also traverse to each other now. If we have passport ID, then we can paste the user details. And if we have user ID, then also we can paste the passport number. So how we can avoid the third, like the next column that contains, like both tables में दोनों का रेफरेंस क्रिएट हो रहा था, तो हमने पासपोर्ट में से उड़ा दिया. कैसे उड़ाया ये देखो. So in the first of all, we are see here. We are using mapped by. In the user class, we are explicitly tell like when one-to-one, you can use in any side. So mapped by user. Why I am writing here user? Because in the passport size, in the passport side entity, we have one user variable now. So we are mapping our passport to our user. Okay. So after that, we get this type of result, because this contains the reference of user, but this is not containing the reference of our passport. So here you can see, guys, this is our passport, and in this we have user. Okay, so we map this user. So in this we can use in any side. So mapped by user, we are mapping the passport with our user, and after the using this, only in one table we have the reference. In both tables, no the duplicate references is created. So because we can traverse in this way also now. So for avoiding this, we are using the map by. So I explain these all things. Oh, ये सारे आपको कहाँ मिलेंगे इसकी बात करते हैं. All examples in the form of the code. You can check my GitHub Hoshyar Jani, same username of my YouTube. So in this you can find out this, and also in the description these all things are you can find out. So guys, कैसी लगी आपको वीडियो? ये नोट्स आपको मिल जाएंगे. सो वीडियो हेल्पफुल रही हो, आपको कुछ समझ में आया हो, कंफ्यूजन क्लियर हुई हो, तो वीडियो को लाइक कर सकते हो. वीडियो ज्यादा पसंद आई हो, बहुत ज्यादा पसंद आई हो, तो चैनल भी सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हो, अपने दोस्तों के साथ भी शेयर कर सकते हो. तो गाइस मिलते हैं किसी न्यू वीडियो में. चैनल पर नए हो तो बनाओ, बने रहो, और नेक्स्ट ऐसी ऐसी वीडियोस आती रहेगी इसी से रिलेटेड ही. सो मिलते हैं किसी न्यू वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय गाइस.